The chapter of Tower of God 205 and 125 is out this week, so I'm going to review it with you guys and give you my thoughts about it. And to be honest, it was a really good chapter. Definitely more fulfilling, more interesting than the previous ones. Like I said in my other reviews, they were kind of slow. This one seems to be fairly okay. Was okay actually. We get a little bit more meat, hints and clues about what's gonna happen, and a bit more clarification about the plot. There is two big events in this chapter this week. Is actually the Borrow story, which again shows how interesting is actually Borrow. Borrow, I really like the dude. You know, like he's one of the new character introduced this last few chapters that is actually quite interesting. And again, he's showing by revealing his story in the Hell Train. I'm gonna do a little analysis of his story. Basically, he's saying that he was in the train and the Fug was there. We don't even know if the Fug had a team, but one of the Fug was a Slayer candidate. He might have been alone, and he just like basically killed everyone in the train. So overpowered he was, and only like a few people were able to leave and forfeit in the end. And it seems that there were the group that was of survivor, including Boro. So he's saying that this Fug guy, probably out of respect, told them a little bit more about what he was doing in the train, and he told them that he was looking for something. So it's a it. We don't exactly know what it is, but it's probably an item, and this item is strong or powerful enough to actually bring a revolution. And it seems to be an important part of the Fug plot against the Zard king. Remember that the Slayer candidates and the Slayers and stuff are trying to kill the king. There is 11, I think, Slayers. Seven of them are active, and there is four places or something, four rooms. So there is four rooms for a bunch of Slayer candidates, and and Bam was one of them. But we know that there is other Slayer candidates. So maybe this Slayer candidates was one of those guys looking to reach to be a real Slayer eventually. Or maybe he's actually now a Slayer because it seems that it's been a while since this happened. We know that the time in the tower is kind of weird. Sometimes it takes years, hundreds of years, like years pass differently in the tower. Um, but this Slayer, it seems that he was way upper of the D rank since he actually came back to try to find the thing he was missing in the train. So maybe now is a Slayer. There is a good possibility. And what my supposition are is that Boro, seeing this guy fight, um, was able to recognize Bam's style of martial arts also. Remember that actually Karaka is what is a Slayer, and he was taught by Jin Sung, none other than the same guy that trained Bam. So that's my supposition is that Boro actually saw Karaka fight in this train, and when he saw Bam doing well, like pretty much putting down other enemies, he actually recognized that this martial art was similar to something you've seen before, which was Jinsung Karaka style. So that's one of the theory. Also, we know at the end of the, I think it was like the chapter 189. If you want to read it back, at the end, he's actually looking for to stop Bam for going up the tower, and it talks about this train. Is it that train? It's like he knew the train and knew that there was something important in it. So, I mean, I have a feeling that Karaka is a good bet for being the one Slayer candidate that Boros seen, but it could also be someone else. One of the best other theory I've heard is it could be Daniel. Uh, Daniel is the new guy from the Rachel team, and he seems to be pretty old, so maybe that's it. You know, he's like always like saying, you know, kids, children. He seems to be around a lot, so he might have come to the train a bunch of time, and maybe that's when Burrow saw him. Maybe he's also a Slayer candidate. Who knows? We know this Bam is not the only one, so it could be that also. So that's for that. We'll see what happens next. But it was an interesting story. It seems that now there is a bit more motivation for the Fug to be there. It's not only about BAM, but it's also for this item. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that. The other thing is the the tournament starting. So we got those guys, you know, like they're not really important. Just like to show again that Ram is a badass guy, and like always, it's just like kicking everyone else asses, you know, and just like bang, beam, I put you down. You can't stop me, you know. So nothing really there. I mean, we know Ram now. He's a fun guy, but he's predictable in his motivation. Now there's the beginning of this tournament, which is getting interesting, and we got those teams. So we got the BAM team, Yura team, RAN team, Aka team, and all. Those teams H and C, they don't seem to have a real name, so I will. It's probably some like pickup teams or something, and we'll see who's gonna become on top of this. I'm also I was surprised that actually um, what's the name again? I forgot. The dragon, anyway, didn't have a ticket. So if it seems that you win only one ticket, so it's definitely important for him. Um, Also, we got Ran and Bam team. They might face off in the semifinals because, as you can see, there is a question mark team here, which is probably the Rachel team. So all that's probably like this is probably the quarter and semifinal, and then like the final. There's a bit more fewer team that I would have expected, but it's an interesting chapter. I'm really getting excited for it. Would you guys think gonna face off and how it's gonna end up? Do you think Yura is gonna reveal her identity? Is she gonna be the one we think she is, like Yuri? Or maybe she's a new, completely different character. I've read that CU said that most people didn't have the good suggestion on who she was gonna be. So maybe we're gonna be surprised by her. I sincerely doubt it, and I hope that it's not some random character. I really hope it's Yuri, because we know she has a ticket and stuff. I think it really makes sense, and I also think it's kind of dumb for Seer to kind of like tell us that she's not Yuri when I mean her name is Yuraha and like Yuri is Yuriha. So I mean, if she's not Yuri, it's kind of like messing with our heads, and I think it could be maybe that's what he wanted to do and kind of messing with us, you know, to have fun. But anyway, interesting chapter. We'll see what happens next week. If you like my videos and if you have any comments about the chapter, don't forget to give some comments and like the video and subscribe if you like, guys. Take care.